Oh, my recording got stopped. Why did it stop the recording? Well, like I'm saying, listen. With iPhone, all those have iPhone. And now when I was doing Apple Care, you have to charge the people for between at the time it was, I think it was 20 gig, 50 gig, 100 gig, and 2 terabyte gig. You gotta pay for that per month. That's like Google. Same thing with the phone. I turned off all the backup. I have a NAS. Why do I need to back up all my images, all my video to Google? I don't want that. You get a message from Google saying that your 15 gig is, you almost use up all your 15 gig. How am I using my 15 gig when I want to back up? I got a NAS here. I don't need to back it up. I don't need to back it up to that. And then you have YouTube channel. You have unlimited. They don't even charge you for the storage of the YouTube. You send the file. You can send up the pictures and stuff up there, and store it and hide it. You know, or create a dummy account. Oh, I shouldn't really teach you how to do all these little things. Well, yeah, you can do all that. Oh, you have if you got Microsoft off, what's it called? 365, Office 365. They give you what's it, 1 terabyte? Oh, somebody gave you 2 terabyte. Who was that again? Oh. Well, just check your plans out. Make sure you're getting what you're supposed to be paying for. Because Microsoft, for I think it's $9 or whatever it is that you sign up for with them, I ended up going through my iPad at the time. I was working at a site that had a hotspot, and then it said that I exceeded the offer, and I just signed up and got Office 365. Then when I did that, I had it on everything in the house. Every laptop, everything had it. I don't know what the limit on that is. Well, I don't really fight about that stuff. You know, that comes in handy. Okay? But the thing is now, these people. So which plan should you get with mobile, Xfinity Mobile? Should you get the basic plan? Well, yeah. Yeah. That gives you, if you get a second line, 2 lines would be 30 each. That'd be $60. The other one, the Unlimited Plus, is 2 lines, 40. She told me, I like when they tell you things. She had a customer, because she speaks Spanish too. I couldn't tell at first. I can speak Spanish too. I said, oh, yo hablo español, como, ¿qué pasa? I told her, hasta luego, you know, say goodbye, or muchas gracias, buenos dias, señorita, what's the other word? I can't think of it. Muchas gracias. I told her muchas gracias because she helped me with the service. I just hope it sticks. But what I'm saying is this. These plans, because right now I get 20 gig of high-speed data per month. You know what she told me? I have 19 gig. I don't use it. She said I'm not using it. Well, of course I'm not using it. I got Wi-Fi. Why would I use it? If I go out on the road, then you tap into that service. It's just way too much money. I guess, you know, when you're working, you don't really care, you know? But you should care. It adds up. You don't want to pay $200. Some of you paying like over $200 for the internet and the mobile. Plus, I get a good deal with the mobile. I got to check with them about what I just said before. I said, something's wrong here with the math. Why did they charge me full price and then give me the discount that way? Then it go back to $85. How's that a deal? I was paying $100. That's what, 1 gig and 20 up, which is actually it's 30 up. Well, that changed that now. It's at 1.2. You're not getting no 40. They're gonna give you 30. But if you get their box, the box, little white box. For me, with 1 gig and their box, we're looking at $93 a month. if there's tax on that, wouldn't it be 95? I can't get a straight answer. Then I would get 100 up, but I'm not going to get anything faster than what my modem can do. Right now, oh yeah, this thing here, I always thought the router, it couldn't go high, but I'm getting full speed out of that. I see when I do the speed test on the computer. Don't do speed tests on your cell phone. It's crazy, because that chip inside and the way it's set up, it's not the same as a house. Now it's not the same as it's not the same. It's not the same kind of setup. It's a whole different ball game. If you got 1 gig, you're supposed to be getting around 600 and something. That's it. That's the way it is set up. That's how the internet's set up. That's the way the LAN. That's the way that's how that stuff is set up. Especially the networking. Everybody knows what you're here. That 1 gig is equivalent to 600. 100 is equivalent to 60. And 10 was equivalent to 6. The megabytes I'm talking about. Now they got a 1.2 that would have been equivalent to 720. Okay, Xfinity has 5 gig down and 5 gig up. They have it. People say, well, how do they have 10? They don't have that. Yeah, they have it. Everybody has it. They don't give it to you. They can't do it. They can't guarantee the speed. Not the way the system is set up. Even though they change all the lines and put new equipment in and all of that, they can't handle the load. They can't handle it. There's downs. Oh really? Look, she got that. What the hell? She got that. Purple for that one. Okay, like I said, they can't guarantee it. I get 420 on my wireless, 86 on the Intel motherboard. When you go on something else, it ain't gonna show. It has to be all Intel NIC card, motherboard, CPU, everything Intel. When you go on an AMD with the AMD APU or Ryzen, and you're using generic. Well, they use, what do they use? The Quantum inside. I put Intel. I have Intel in there. But the bottleneck is someplace with the AMD. And the AMD is supposed to be faster, but technically it's not as fast. It's my dual Intel 3 dual core. It's faster when it comes to internet speed. But then again, I have it overclocked by using quick CPU. Okay, so when you're measuring the internet and when you're doing things, you're not going to get the speed. These phones, most of them have Snapdragon processor in there. That's a mobile. That's an MPU, mobile processing unit. That's a different ball game. Okay, and it's like an SSD you got in your for storage. Okay, internal storage. Expansion store, you have internal storage, right? That's memory. They used to call that NADA, okay? And then you have external expansion mode, when you can put a chip in there. You can put one of these go in there with your slot. So this little thing, okay? And you can get as high as whatever you can get. And there's I think it's 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, whatever they got today. I don't know. I don't really follow that too much because I know how to, it was cheap before the pandemic. Everything's sky high. Altogether, I have 256 gig. But the way Android work, I moved the data to the SD card to free up the space of the 128. That's what I did, okay? So apps are moved. Not the whole app, because the app is still on the main. But the data and all that stuff is moved to save space. It should be doing it automatically. Make sure, check your phone, go in your storage and see this, click on each app. It'll say, did you want to move that to the SD, which is the storage, the external storage? You say yes, and then it'll move it. It'll take a while to do. It depends on how big the phone. And you save up space, so your phone doesn't run out of space. Okay, you got 128 gig. That's good. Don't get 64 or 32. That's not enough. No, 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 no. Okay, like I was saying, the girl told me a guy called up. He had 5 lines. He took the one. He was paying $15 1 gig plan, and he had 5 different lines. He exceeded the 1 gig. He was never told that was a cheaper route. His bill was $9,000. She said he was mad. So he never had to pay it. She said they put him on a limited plan. But eventually he's going to have to pay it. Because somebody has to pay for something, right? It's crazy. Well, pay is what you use. You can't do that. You don't know what you're going to be using. I'm not really using my phone that much. I'm not using no voicemail. Do you need voicemail? They can send you an SMS message. I don't remember. You call my phone. It goes, there's no voicemail. They'll say the number you have the voice. What it says? Oh yeah, whatever it says. Would you like to leave a voicemail message? Then I'll say the voicemail number for this phone has not been set up yet, and never will be. No, I don't want to use it. If you need to contact me, SMS me or email me. Okay, I don't want to be harassed. I don't want it. I never liked that service. It was a terrible service. And then it gets filled up and you have to play around with it. And then when it fills up, then you have to clean it out. So a lot of girls, if their voicemail box is filled, that means that too many people, men are calling them. Got to be careful. But we're not on a dating site. What I'm trying to say is this. You got to check your bill. Okay, so we're all right with the cell phone. She said she's been with them for a year. She fixed everything. Let's see what happens. She said she looked for next month's bill, which would be May, and it's back to the same rate. It's 45 plus $1 something. Make it 46. Okay, so this month bill is set. I should have asked if we can move the bill date. Did you know you moved the bill date with the Xfinity internet or Comcast internet, or they call themselves now 10G. Everybody's on 10G network. Please. Really, everybody's on 5G. Unless you go 5G plus 5G equals 10G. Well, so yes, technically speaking, they're not lying. They have 10 gig. 5 gig down and 5 gig up equals 10. Yes. That's what the business tech that's been in with them for 11 years said. He said they have it. But they won't offer us that. When he measured from the box on the ground out there, the main box, everything connects into out there, not to the house. I told you. He said it was, I saw it, it was 1.8 gig down and 500 up. And when it went to the box here, it's a distance. It was 1.4 gig down and 400 gig up. But when it came to the modem, it was 40. That's what they programmed the modem. Whatever you're paying with them, that's what you're gonna get. If you don't have their box. When you have their box, you don't need that modem. You're using the router, the wireless router, and the modem is built into that box that you don't have to rent, that XFin box. So that's gone. Your router is gone. Your switch is gone. Oh, you still could use your switch. Actually, what I could do is get that XFin thing, right? And tap the PoEs into it, the access points, because it has built-in PoE. There's 4 ports on the bottom. You can plug into that. Yeah. But they keep on telling me, oh, you don't have Wi-Fi. Yes, I do. They always keep on telling me, well, we know you don't have Wi-Fi. Yes, I have Wi-Fi. Why? I'm not have to pay through it. I'm paying for the service. And I get this flyer. Look at this. What does that say? 25. What does that say? Less than $1 a day to have home internet in the house, $25 a month. But what they don't say, you have to, okay, that's with auto pay, 5G plans already with them. Switch, you get $500 credit. Okay? 2-year price guarantee. Same thing with them. After 2 years, you got to make a negotiated deal. I don't know if you can get a better deal if you have the box. But right now, we are not getting the speeds we're supposed to get. We can't get the Xfin box speed. I should be getting 100 up. No, because you're not playing. You're not on the ball game with them. You're not getting their box. And then that box becomes a hotspot for Xfinity. You got to share it with others. Or you can turn it off, I heard. I don't have it, so I can't really tell you much about it. That would screw up my network if I do all that. That's a big thing to go that way. But a lot of you do, and a lot of you complain. You don't see the same. You don't see the 100. You're not going to see that 100 up. They can't guarantee 100 up. It's going to be what I told you 100 be. If it's 100 meg up, you're looking at 60. 60 down between. I see what somebody get 90 and 60. Yeah, not going to guarantee it. There's too many people. It depends how you live. If you're the only one on that line box in the back, out there in the ground, if you're the only one there, or you're on a pole, yeah, then you're going to get speed. But once you add neighbors, and they have the kids, and everybody got the smart devices, and everything, everybody pulling out of that line there, they can't guarantee that 5,000 coming into their main hub from their main circuit. It has to spread out through the whole area. So that's it.